Good evening. I'm Sathyendra speaking. Today we are reviewing the film Michael, which is Michael Jackson, which is running in theaters now. My channel's name is Sathyendra Film Critic. Please kindly subscribe and forward it to many of your friends. Thank you. First of all, I am completely unhappy about this film Michael. Uh, I will tell you why I am unhappy in a little time. I have seen the film 3 times. Honestly, I don't know anything about Michael Jackson, until 10 days before. I have seen him. I know how Michael Jackson looks like, how he dances, what kind of hairstyle he has, what kind of costumes he has. I've seen some of his dance movements like that. Now there is a big movie released in theaters. Actually, they're very dishonest in making this film because I've seen so many biopics movies, Michael Jordan and this Serena Williams movie, many films, but nobody went for the second part. And this is very, very funny and dislikable thing. This film finishes somewhere in, I think, 84, and it says it continues. This is not a TV serial. So you should not do that. No. So when a film like Durandar runs for 4 hours and makes it a very big hit, why not Michael show his full life until his death, even after his death, what happened? So this is very, very immoral way of filmmaking, and they want to make another part and mint some more money, and this is very, very commercial thing, and it's an insult to Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson was a very, 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 very good human being, and he has donated millions of dollars to poor people and done lot of charity. So let us come to the story of the film. Michael Jackson has got 5 brothers. There are totally five brothers, and his father was very strict, and his father was playing some instrument music somewhere, which is not shown in the film, and his father is also a boxer, and it's also not shown in the film, which is wrong. And this I saw so many videos about Michael Jackson in YouTube, so I learned so many new things. So in the film, Michael Jackson likes animals. Uh, when he is very, very small, when he's 7 or 8, his father is very strictly trying to train them to sing and dance. What he says is he's very angry about the children and little Michael Jackson, Mikey, who is only 8 years old or something. And so he is a taskmaster and very strict. And these 5 children, they're all playing in some small bands in the city, in the village, everywhere. And at one point, he becomes very famous, and the father is very, very business minded. He's always talking about getting commercial ads from Coca-Cola and Pepsi companies, which are very, very big at that time. But son has got his own ideas. He was a little bit against his father's intentions, and he will ask all the big sponsors to remove his father from the committee and to fire him. And father is surprised because his own son firing him, because he is the reason for Michael Jackson to come up. But anyhow, he did not like father's philosophy, so he wants to go on his own way. And Michael Jackson, in his house, is watching TV, and we see a clipping of a film called Singing in the Rain. Singing in the Rain, which is a most famous dance piece in American musicals, which is of course very slow and little bit something like tap dancing in the water with an umbrella, with an street light lamp, which Maniratnam used in Mauna Ragam with Revati in a Rain song, and many people were influenced by that song. And he talks to his students in the tutorial about Fred Astaire. They don't show Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire is one of the greatest tap dancer and very great dancer in Hollywood musicals. Also Gene Kelly, but they don't talk about Gene Kelly and Roger Jengers here. Uh, then suddenly we see Charlie Chaplin in his house when he is watching TV. He is telling people he really likes Charlie Chaplin and all. Actually, Michael Jackson, very talented, but his famous dance piece called Moonwalk, which is not his creation. It is not his original creation. Actually, in 1872, so the moonwalk was done by some, I think, black artist, an orchestra artist or something like that. I saw it in YouTube. And somewhere in 1935 or something like that, Bill Bailey. Bill Bailey is the one after 1872 who performed this dance in his orchestra. Bill Bailey, you know, this moonwalk. And Charlie Chaplin copies Bill Bailey's moonwalk in uh, maybe modern times or circus in a restaurant scene. And this is copied by Michael Jackson. Actually, it was not called moonwalking, it was called something called step slide. So they don't show Fred Astaire in his house in the TV. They don't show Bill Bailey. They don't show many of the artists who are very famous dancers, who had very fantastic special dance techniques. The reason is very clear. So then audience will say, oh, he has copied Bill Bailey, he has copied Charlie Chaplin, he has copied Fred Astaire, like that. Now, Fred Astaire's style and Michael Jackson's style is totally different. Totally different. He's very famous for tap dancing and different kind of dancing. Of course, Michael mentions in the tutorial about Fred Astaire. Suddenly, we see one day, I don't know from which film, there is a scene where a man and a woman, and a man looks like a ghost and he removes his mask. Maybe that was the influence for the famous, sorry, famous dance piece Thriller, where he uh, made up with lot of makeup like a ghost, and he dances, and this piece has become a super hit. So what I'm telling is, Michael Jackson has borrowed all the dance techniques from the previous dancers, who are all mostly black dancers. So he only popularized it. Michael Jackson only popularized it, and also he added certain things which probably no black dancers in from 1930 to 50 or whatever, like who have not performed. He used very fast movements, things like that, and he used to do fantastic costumes, shining costumes, shining pants and all. And he created his own style, but definitely moonwalk is not his original technique. He borrowed it from the other artists. And there's a technique called anti-gravity lean. Anti-gravity lean is bending like this with the heels. So this was a technique where they showed it in a video long ago, that there is a magnet fixed inside the shoe, at the bottom of the shoe. So when he bends like that, he won't fall down. The magnet catches the feet. Okay, that was a very good idea. And there's so many details are missing in the film. Maybe they may bring in the second part. No, particularly, I was waiting for his long hair dangling on his face. I didn't see that in the film, but at the end of the film it will come. But it was very short. And when Michael Jackson doing a commercial for Pepsi, he was burnt. His head gets burnt. We don't know exactly why it was burnt, what happened. That details are not there in cinema. His head is completely burnt, and he is admitted in the hospital. So the Pepsi company gets scared that they may get bad name, and they give about some $5 million or something like that as compensation to Michael Jackson, which Michael Jackson donates to the hospital where he was treated for burning burning skin disease. So that was a center. There are so many people, brought their children and all, who are all admitted for the burnt cases. So he donates all that money to that hospital, and he was a very nice person. And actually, he was singing with Diana Ross, and he had friendship with Elizabeth Taylor, who is a very famous Hollywood actress. So my question is, the film never speaks about his love affair, his girlfriend, whatever, because he's such a famous person who got 8 Grammy awards, and he's definitely come to a very good age where he can fall in love, have a girlfriend. None of the things are shown. Maybe they want to show it in second part. So he tells one boy, I have a llama. It's an animal which is a very rare animal found in only few countries. And he has bought a chimpanzee, which he calls it Bubbles. His mother says, don't have that because it may bite you and all, it may scratch you and all. But in spite of that, he gets very close to the chimpanzee. He tells one boy, I have a snake, but sorry, they don't show the snake in the film. They don't show his interacting with the snake or anything. Such kind of things are not shown. And many times the five boys story is not shown. Only Michael Jackson was shown. And One audio and video says Michael Jackson's father had 9 children. The film talks about only 5. And I think these people have not done thorough research. And no, there may be books written on Michael Jackson, hundreds of books. And Michael Jackson tried to act in a Hollywood film, and that film doesn't work out very well. But there is an anthology which is about 40 minutes, where some of his songs are played. And Michael Jackson was he didn't learn moonwalk on his own, but there's a person, I forgot his name just now. He teaches him moonwalk. There's so many details are not in the film, because if you tell all this, they think, oh, moonwalk was not his Michael Jackson's invention. It's Bill Bailey's or somebody from 1872 or from Charlie Chaplin, like that. That's why they avoid all kind of things. So because people think Michael Jackson's creations are not original. So there are a lot of things are left out. Only sorry, the entertaining part was taken. Actually, this film is very incomplete, and the film has regular filmmaking things like that, but film doesn't make justice to Michael Jackson's life. So it's very incomplete. And if you had given this film to Steven Spielberg or somebody, who made Color Purple, he would have made much better film than this. Sometimes you can't make a book into a film. Crime and Punishment, one of the greatest Russian novel, they could not make film in Hollywood, so they left it. So I feel this film is incomplete. The person who acted as Michael Jackson is Jafar Jackson, I think his brother's son. He almost 80-90% suits well for the character, and he has performed very well. The father character is very good. Very good. He is very strict. He is always saying, you are a loser or you are a winner, you are a winner. And the mother character also very nice. She has done very well. And I feel the film is incomplete and dishonest. And I really, as I told you, I've seen so many biopics of greatest achievers in the world. Nobody goes for second part. You should complete it. As I told you, Durandar is 4 hours. It was a super duper hit. They could have made a 4 hour film, and they want to make more money. So that is the idea. And so you feel incomplete. Audience feel incomplete about Michael Jackson, and you have to wait another 1 year, 2 years for them to do the second part and all. There's only they have some commercial intention to make money, so that's the idea. So I'm not very happy. I'm not very happy with the film because I watched about 20 videos and I got so much of information, so much of information, and so I feel it's immoral and incomplete. Since I studied a lot since 3-4 days, I watched so many very good videos. I feel this film is very incomplete and dishonest. The performance by Jafar Khan, father, mother, all the other children are very good. The photography is very, very good. And he won 8 Grammy Awards. Thriller was his most famous uh, dance piece, which is which where he has makeup like a ghost and dances with a red color dress. And his sponsors say MTV was very, very famous at that time. And he says, I want to play on MTV. The sponsors say, no, they don't allow blacks to play on MTV. Black artists are not allowed on MTV. It's not like that. Everybody in this world, they don't see black and white. If you're a box office success, they will use anybody. There's an actor called Sidney Poitier. He became Hollywood's biggest black actor. Richard Roundtree, Whoopi Goldberg, Harry Belafonte. These are all biggest African actors. They have to use that because the story demanded a black actor. So again, I'm unhappy. I wait for the second part. Please, you watch it and see what you think about it. Thanks a lot. Hello, I'm Sathyendra. My channel is Sathyendra Film Critic. Please kindly subscribe. My channel is going very, very slow. Uh, we are doing with minimum equipments, but only what we are giving is very good knowledge. I'm sharing my knowledge with you that may be useful for you. So please kindly donate whatever you can. I tell my phone pay and GPay, they are same. Sathyendra 93822 06345. Sathyendra 93822 06345. Thank you.